And we're back here. Main event, second hour coming up. And on Wednesdays, we have the privilege of having 2A back-to-back state champion head coach Mike Sheahan from Scottsdale Christian Academy joining us. Let's throw it up. Let's go. Fresh off his 63-3 victory over Fountain Hills Falcons.
Fresh.
He's wearing his backwards hats now.
I think that's the Victory Bears cap for the Bears.
It's that same one, but I could be wearing a Bears one.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams leading the league in touchdowns. Roma Donze leading the league in touchdown. Everybody's yelling on here today, so should I start yelling about something right now?
Yeah, what's on your grievance?
It's happy yelling.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah,
We're getting our grievances out. Yeah, what do you have to yell about?
Nothing.
I mean,
Just
tell me about the AIA refs. You get mad about them. Do they need a review system? What's going on?
No comment. No comment. I'll tell you what. Actually, why you say that? I think they've been better over the last couple of years. There was a while there it was getting pretty bad. Honestly, I think for 3 or 4 years, but I think the last couple of years have been better. I
would agree with you this year. I've been going to a lot of different games because of my kids and stuff like that, and there's only a call where I was like, dude, get your ego out of there. And that was a sideline warning against Desert Ridge when they were coming back in a game. But other than that, I think this year I've been kind of happy with it.
Well, and just to go along with Mike, the refs tend to be better when you're better.
You get the better refs, right?
That's true. I don't know if we haven't had very many penalties. So let's say that. Even my wife said that last night. Holly's like, man, you guys haven't had many penalties.
You're not going to jinx it. You're not going to jinx it.
Okay. I'm making that note right now. When I'm watching the film next week on Saturday or Sunday, Coach, I'm going to be making that note on the penalties now.
I know.
So, look, at Fountain Hills, we knew going in they've struggled this season. Have some good players over there and everything, but you guys came out, obviously 66-3. I did notice in this one, Sean, your quarterback, 9 of 11 for him, 265 yards. So a lot of, not necessarily long throws, but, I know he had a 66-yarder, but a lot of yards after catch, I'm going to assume, on these passes.
Yeah, I think we wanted to kind of start to work a little bit. Like I said, Fountain Hill's a good team. They're kind of rebuilding a little bit. They were in 3A down to 2A and kind of building up their program a little bit. I really like their coaches over there. But what we wanted to do this week is we've been working on our run game for a couple weeks with Everett, and now we want to kind of get back to throwing the ball around a little bit, working on some more play action passes, couple boots, just kind of getting Sean in some rhythm. And it was good, boys. We only had, I think, was he 9 of 11 or 9 of 10?
According to Max, I know we both know the guy that does it.
According to my dad, yeah. So
it says 9 of 11. Yeah.
It's okay. He probably couldn't tell between 10 and 11. That screen's small for him. He's got to put his little binoculars on. But, he listens. But I think we only have one drop, but I think he's spinning the ball pretty well. What we're trying to do is kind of work the ball to the middle, make sure we can throw the ball in the middle late in the season and do those things. And I think Sean did a good job. He was pretty confident this week, and offensive line did a good job too. We got
to clarify this. Your dad does the stats there for your program, so that's what we were referring to. And a great gentleman.
Now everybody's going to be like, no wonder they have big stats and all that stuff. And I'm like, dude, he misses more than he gets. Love you, Dad, but you miss more than you get.
I don't know how he does it, man. Because I'll be like, how many yards was that run? And then he'll look over at me and be like 11. And I'm like, how do you know that?
Dude, he's in tune, man. Like, he's in tune in the game. And where most stats guys, they're usually off to the side. Dude's literally right next to me the whole time, I feel like. I don't know if he wants to be a part of it or he's just that into the stats. But I think I go with the ball, so he goes with the ball.
Yeah, right. So go ahead, Dale.
Well, you talked about working on the passing game. One of my favorite players coming through SC, Everett Salazar, been banged up and all that. How's his season going?
Dude, awesome. I think he's got 400, don't quote me, but I think it's 427 yards, 12 touchdowns. He's like 4th in the state, 70th in the nation in rushing touchdowns. He's been awesome. And that kid plays defense for us, offense for us. As I said before the season, he's been an awesome leader. He's just been that kid, man. He's, he had his knee surgery, and I think I fear it every time he goes down, but he has zero fear. So I think that's why he's having a good season. Every time he gets tackled, I'm like, oh, it's done. It's done, and it's not, and I love it, and he keeps going. And I guess that knee's better than the other knee. So let's just hope they both hold up. He's a great kid, man.
So who are you choosing in a big game, him or Pipsqueak?
How would you do that?
How would you do that? Mike,
you have to answer that.
Mike, I'll help you on that one. You always pick the current.
I'm gonna
kid.
take both. I'm gonna take both. Both those kids are some.
Could you imagine having both there in the backfield?
We were supposed to. Could you imagine that last year? We would have had both those dudes running the rock. I mean, Caleb did an awesome job, but if we would have had both those guys, Caleb wouldn't have had to do as much as he did and would have played a little bit more defense. But I think both those kids are pretty generational talent is kind of thrown around a little bit, but they're like different kind of kids.
Right.
They're different kind of kids. They're freaking awesome.
Talk about Dom Dickerson, another good game for him out there, according to the stat line, 8 rushes, 75 yards. I mean, he runs, he's a junior, so you get him back for another season next year, but he runs, kind of straight up and down a little bit is what I've noticed at times. Is that a concern for you at all as the season goes on?
No, I mean, he's just kind of like you said, he hasn't played since junior high, right? So it's just kind of still getting the flow back. He's getting better each game, but his speed is it's different at this level. Like his speed is he's a sprinter, right? So he's not going to have that forward lean as much. We got to worry about him at contact, but man, he can fly a little bit. Like we said, I think he's a true 4.5 kid and could get down to a 4.4 if he was really working at it.
Yeah, I'm not knocking. I just noticed that, and just running backs that run like that can get the ball stripped, and things like that. So I was just
Eric Dickerson ran like that.
Side. Tom
That's
Dickerson.
a little bit
Next up.
But I just think if he finishes runs, the more he gets hit, the better for him. Obviously, we don't get him to get hurt, but the more Dom gets hit, the more he gets kind of back in the flow. And like you said, these guys have only played we played 5 games, so they've really only played,
You're taking them out in the third quarter, right?
Yeah, they've been out pretty quick a lot of the time.
Yeah, I just want to go on record, Dom, who may be watching this, or maybe we need to play it for him. You were just compared to Eric Dickerson by somebody who played with Eric Dickerson.
Style. I think
who played with Eric Dickerson.
I think he probably has a little ways to go before he's in Eric's class.
I'm just saying, we're playing this.
The muscles, the speed's there, but the muscles aren't there yet.
6'3", 220, yeah. I'm not sure if he's there yet.
Maybe height, weight, all this stuff. Yes.
Wow, it kind of shocked me. You would say that.
But he used to run upright. He used to go. He might get wiped out, but he never really did get wiped out. So let's look forward before we start going in different directions. Chino Valley this week. Got to get on the bus. I'm sure you're taking a nice jetliner bus up to Chino Valley. To talk about the football
I hate
team.
it, but we are. Yes, we have a charter bus to go up there.
Really? Not the school ones?
Yeah.
I also
Air Force 2's picking us up.
Yeah, Air Force 2. I also heard you got
so
some steak dinners to be served on there on the way up.
Yeah, that's what everybody would think right now. We were taking a charter up there to Chino Valley. They're 4-1 right now. They're a pretty good football team. I think I'm excited for the last 5 games going to the playoffs because it gets like 4-1, 4-1. 5-0 and 4-1. It's the back half is a little bit more loaded, and we're excited to go get Chino. I think they're excited to play us. We're excited to go play them, and should be a good one. It's like 65 degrees. I get to wear pants and a jacket. I cannot wait.
Yeah, that is great.
Kids are all going to be in warmers.
It looks like, at least from what Steve said, that they put some points up on the board.
They they can score a little bit. They got a pretty, they're actually pretty big, right? So they're big kids. They've got this is one of those years where they got some good kids coming through because, the rurals kind of go up and down a little bit. They've got some good kids coming through. They got a really good running back too. And I think, I hope he doesn't, but I know he's probably going to hit us for a couple of big runs. He's one of those kids. He's a strong kid, fast kid, get after it. One thing to go back to, this is besides the point, was I said it was gonna be 65 degrees. My dad texted me last night and said he has ponchos. If you guys ever see me wearing a poncho while I'm coaching, just fire me. I am not that old, and if I do that, that is like the least tough thing I've ever seen. So Dad, don't bring me a poncho. I don't want it.
Yeah, I heard today, at least down here in Phoenix, it's like a 50% chance of rain Friday afternoon, Friday night. Because I was paying attention to that because I got the ASU TCU game on Friday night, and I'm like, oh man. So up there, you might have a better chance.
TCU. Cade's in town, Dale.
Yeah,
Cade's in town.
Be fun to watch him. I got one quick story to tell you. So the poncho thing. Even when we're going somewhere, when I was with the Cowboys, I might have told Mike this story. But as I got older, when I was 38, 39, 40, still playing, somewhere in the late third, early fourth quarter, I always had to use the restroom. And so we'd be playing somewhere and it's 50 degrees and they'd bring 3 ponchos on the trip. And that was because we'd make eye contact. I'd go sit on the bench. Because you can't run to the locker room in the middle of the game.
Now they got bathrooms.
Without saying it, like, right?
Yeah.
So was there drains underneath that?
The Gatorade cups, Mike. And so stage fright was not a thing for me. I could pee in front of 70,000 people.
You got to go in with some lemon lime and come out with no more lemon lime.
That's where you see there's times where you see the trainers holding towels up.
Yeah.
Now they got the medical tent. So.
The blue tent.
You're right. You never see anybody go. What's that?
The blue tent. Yeah, that's a perfect place.
Yes.
I've read stories, and this is what makes me wonder. I've heard stories in the pro level, linemen are just taped up beyond belief or whatever. And they're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think they run out there and it just looks like sweat. And I'm just like, a defensive guy's going to tackle you out there, man.
You're probably not wrong, right? If you're sweating enough, might as well just go.
He knows the truth. He knows what's up.
Yeah, but it's got to be the right temperature. Because if it ain't warm enough, you ain't sweating enough.
Oh, yeah, that's true. If it's cold out, then it just turns into icicles. So it's like,
that's when you spill the Gatorade a little bit on you. Oh, shoot. Give me another one. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
Lineman.
What I want to ask you about your season, try to explain, if you can, to the viewers and listeners, the playoff setup this year in 2A.
Good luck.
All right. It is, okay. So I confused myself again the other day. So This is what I did. So we play a 10-game regular season, but technically a 9-game, and then you add a region matchup at the end. So wherever you match up in your region. So 1 versus 1, 1 versus 2. Like we would play the region with ALA, Scottsdale Prep, Parker. Like one of those teams is who will end up playing, depending on where we end up, right? You play them in week 10, and that determines who gets the bye weeks into the next week. Now,
hold on real quick. How do you determine where you're going to play that game if you have the same record?
It's a great question. So we already have 5 home games and 4 away. So the region that you're matched up with only has 4 home games. So it'll be at that region's field. So all those games will be at that region. So we will be at either Parker, Scottsdale Prep, ALA, like one of those teams. So no matter what, our last game is on the road.
Okay.
So that's how they set it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then, so you play that game. Whoever wins that game, this is what I thought. And this is where I'm a little bit confused too. So if you win that game, I believe you have a bye, right? If you're one of those top 8 teams and you win that game, you have a bye. Now, this is what I'm trying to figure out, was brought to my attention the other day by Coach Martin. Say you go into that game and say we're like a 4 seed or we're 4 going into that game. And then we lose, say we drop down to like a 5 or 6. I don't know if we still have a bye or not. I don't know if it's a team automatically gets a bye with that win in that region matchup, or if it's still, say you lose that game, say it's us and somebody else that's in the top 8. One of us, what if we don't move all the way out of the 8 if you win or lose that game? I don't know. It says the top 8 have a bye. So you could probably lose that last game and still be in the top 8, which would be my assumption. Could be the same as a regular season game. But if you win that game, you for sure would have a bye.
Are they still using power rankings?
Yeah, so it's all PowerPoints and power rankings. So so that's kind of like we're doing this week 10 game, but I don't understand why.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird, because why would we want to go play a team that could be a Final Four team? Like 2 Final Four teams could be playing the week before you go into the playoffs, and you're playing like literally right there. Or what if you win and you lose, and all of a sudden you're matched up in like the second round again with that team.
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't know how all the chips are going to fall. Usually you can start to see week 7, week 8, week 9, you can really go in, and there's some mathematician guys, not me, not Coach Clark for sure, but he'll try to figure it out. But they'll go in and try to figure out, okay, this is kind of where we're going to be at. If they lose, they lose. They can almost figure it out. I don't think anybody's going to be able to really figure that out this year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's easier than I think, but we're just here to play football, and who we play is who we play, and I don't know.
Okay.
There's my answer.
And by the way, real quick, the thing that Coach Clark and Sheahan have in common, they both went to school in Kingman.
Yes, they did. That's why we're geniuses.
That explains it.
Exactly.
I was just looking it up because I know, Max Preps is doing their rankings and things like that. Last one came out on the 21st. I just thought it was cute that he was downplaying where they're going to rank it. He's like, when we're in 4th place, he's ranked number 1 right now in the rankings in 2A.
Well, we could lose. We could lose. I honestly,
I'm giving you a hard
listen.
time. Yeah.
I told the boys this last night. I don't want to lose, but this team might need a loss or to get hit in the mouth to get ready for the playoffs.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what I was going to ask you on your mindset, right? Because you have Chino Valley this week, Cortez next week.
Mm-hmm.
Chino Valley matched up with Cortez a couple weeks ago. It was a 46-45 ball game, I think, if I remember correctly. Yep. So, you got those two guys battling it out coming up into that. Then, like you said, your last 2 home games are against teams that right now have, they're 4-1, maybe 3-2, and scoring a lot of points and stuff like that. So going into this game, I mean, you're dealing with 16, 15-year-olds, 17-year-olds, low 18-year-olds. You've let's face it, you've had it kind of easy in terms of games that guys are getting out of the games in the third quarter. They're probably not going to get pulled in the third quarter in this game. So what's the mindset for you to get these guys focused moving into this game and realizing that this isn't probably going to be a 66-3 type ball game?
That's what we've been kind of talking about. We've been harping about it. And like, we kind of went into practice yesterday, and Dale knows when you go full pads, people are not in the happiest. Like, I usually go shells a lot, and we just have our shoulder pads on, no pants. I made them go full pads yesterday because we're trying to prepare. And like we said in the past, I think I said it last week, we're competing now. So what we're trying to do is our sessions turn into best of 5 offense versus defense. We could almost platoon offense and defense. So we almost have like probably 9 of our starting defenders against our starting offense. And we're doing a best of 5 series. And whoever loses, like I said last week, the coaches got to run. So we're trying to compare all times and beat each other up and to get ready for Friday nights. But I just think I know Chino Valley is going to give us a little bit better of a run. They're going to come and hit us in the mouth. I hope our boys are ready and we're not looking like past things. We're not looking at, it's a hard thing to do when you've won the last 2. And this is probably like my hardest year that I've coached here. Well, I don't know if last year could be beat, but it's the hardest year mentally in the middle of the season to make sure these guys are bought in. They obviously know how to win state championships. They know how to do that. But like to stay grounded when you're beating teams like we have been, like to be able to get ready for the good teams, it's tough. Like I feel like it's a mental thing that I'm constantly challenging these guys with. And it's hard because I challenge them. We get up for a game. We'll beat somebody. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I don't know if they really believe coach anymore. But I got to find these like little like motivations to get them going.
Start to tune you out, right?
It's actually tough. It's tough. I mean, I think Chino Valley is going to be a good one. For us.
Chino Valley's 4-1. Cortez is, I believe, 4-1. They might be 3-2 now. Phoenix Christian's 5-0 right now. Camp Verde's 4-1. So that's your next 4 games coming up here, and 2 of those are on the road. On top of it, So and that's kind of what that's the challenge I think that you got, and good luck to you. That's why you're the coach.
A couple things.
It's the mental part of it.
Yeah. Hey, well, a couple things, Mike, and that's and I've told these stories before too. Jimmy Johnson was so great at the fact that when we were really, really good. You'd walk out of a loss because we'd lose 3 or 4 games a year. You'd walk out of a loss, film session, not feeling bad about yourself. But many film sessions that we won, he was a stickler and harder on us when we won because he always said, "Hey, that misstep that you got away with this week, that might not work next week." And so a lot of times he was harder on us when we didn't appreciate it. It's not like, oh, I love coach because he's jumping our rear ends after a win. But I think that does bode well for a football team.
Yeah, I think like I feel like I have that mentality, and I actually told the boys the other day, I go, listen, like I'm not trying to be this hard all the time. But like if I'm not and we become lax in these winning moments, then we're not going to be ready for those like teams that are going to hit us in the mouth. So like I feel like I think you're right. It's interesting to go through that because you need those losses. Like you do need those losses, you need those challenges. But when you're not like getting what you need, I think as a coach, seeing that the boys aren't getting that, like I'm like probably harder on them right now. Like yesterday was we ran more than we've ever ran before. Like I'm finding other things to like try to perfect, and you can never be perfect in anything, but like I'm finding little things now. Now we lost a bunch of our skull caps are like that we use for scrimmage stuff. I was mad about that. So we're running 35 sprints because those are missing. They got to find those today. Like I am finding things to challenge these guys to make them better men, to make them like kind of check in and pay attention to the little things. Like that's a little thing. It's a stupid little thing, but in the grand scheme of things, it's huge because we got to stay, grounded.
Well, they're not going to like you. Yeah, it was yesterday, Tuesday. So they probably didn't like you driving home last night. But but Thanksgiving time in November, they will be able to look back and appreciate the times that you probably are looking for things. Maybe there's nothing, but maybe you're looking for things that you can conjure up in your mind to jump on them about. They'll appreciate it.
You might.
Well, they call me out on that all the time.
Yeah.
They'll. Sorry, Steve. Go ahead. They call me out because they're like, "You've never said anything about this before." Well, I wasn't annoyed about it before because I was worried about other stuff. So now I'm annoyed. So yes, there's those moments all the time.
You're kind of young. I don't remember if you remember. I was kind of young when it happened too. But just go back and study Lou Holtz when he was at Notre Dame, when they were winning those championship years. Because every game he was like, they can come and beat us, and then they'd win like 100-7 or something, And then the next week was, I told you guys they'd be in this game, and we gave up a touchdown and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the hard part, though, right? Especially with young kids, they know everything. We all know this as parents; they know everything, and all that. And there's a danger of them tuning you out. So, is the first quarter this week going to be the important thing you're going to be paying attention to, and how they come out, the warm-ups, etc., to make sure they're ready to go?
Absolutely, especially like a road game, especially since that week 10 game is going to be a road game. It's important how you come out on the road, right? So if say we got to go to Parker, that's a 3-hour drive. How do we do that right now? How do we come out now? How can I gauge how the boys can travel and get prepared real quick, get off the bus, get ready to go and see what we could do. But it's a challenge for sure.
All right, before we let you go, we got to give you a moment to crow a little bit. Who was that team that was in the Windy City last week? Because I didn't recognize them. I mean, your quarterback doesn't have fingernail polish anymore. What is going on in the Windy City?
They are who we thought they were. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. So they are who we thought they were. They got Ben Johnson calling the plays, being creative. Caleb only took a couple weeks. The offensive line is he only got sacked once, I think, right? I think once. Mm-hmm. Roma Dunze is going off. Swift is running hard. The defense is okay. Stevenson's getting better instead of waving to the fans and letting someone throw a Hail Mary over them. But I think in as much as we talk about it, I think coaching makes a difference. And I'm not necessarily talking about myself, but coaching makes a difference. And even at the NFL level, right? They'll these guys got to be harder to coach even when you were there. Like you guys probably wanted to listen. Mm-hmm. These guys want their bags. They want this stuff. They want the notoriety. They want the stats. But I think if the right coach can go in and grab a team and really get them working as a team, it doesn't matter what level you at. NFL is probably the hardest place to do that. But I think Ben Johnson's got that. He seems like a pretty good guy, but also a hardcore guy and a super intelligent guy. So I feel like he's a good leader for that squad. And Caleb probably needed it. Eberflus went on. He was a defense coordinator for the Cowboys this year. He was a Bears head coach last year. He was talking about how much he knew the Bears. And they decided to go put up as many points as humanly possible on them right now and teach them a lesson. So I think it's a difference in coaching and getting these kids bought in. These kids, yeah, they're kids, right? Getting these kids bought in to that system and to that program.
Yeah, and when you talk about coaching, all you have to do is look at quarterbacks, and you see, a guy who sees ghosts with the New York Jets and he goes to Minnesota and he leads them to 14 victories. You see, and so you see that a lot of times, and so it'll be fascinating to see how Chicago ends up this season. But they had a nice win.
They're going to playoffs. We're the dark horse
there we
right
go
now.
again.
I'm going all in on them right now. I'm not a betting man. I don't bet.
Right.
I don't bet.
Well, except for we
But
have
I'm
a dinner bet on the 8-8. So
hey, I'm going all in because they are who we thought they were, and they're gonna be freaking good, and I love them.
Are you gonna have tattooed below your Chicago Bears tattoo?
We don't need to talk about
the 2025 playoffs.
That was laser removed. That was laser removed.
That C's going to be droopy here in another couple years.
We don't need to talk about it. People are already don't like me for other things. We don't need to give them fun stuff to make fun of me for.
We're gonna need a picture of that tattoo. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, it goes nowhere.
I would actually.
I got it in Sholo when I was 18 in a biker tattoo shop. It was in a neighborhood. Yeah. It needs to be going nowhere.
I know. Just what you want. You want to go to Sholo when you're 18. You're going to go to Sholo, the vacation capital of the world for old people, to get a tattoo. Some retired tattoo guy's like, I guess I can see if I still got it. Come on over here, kid.
Hey, I was young.
I can't wait till you're my age and that C. They're like, so whose logo is that?
It's gonna look like a Green Bay Packer. So much sag.
It's gonna be like a G. Oh, I didn't know you were a Packer fan. Oh goodness. All right. Hey, good luck to you on Friday.
Appreciate you guys. You guys are freaking awesome.
Right.
Good talk today. I got some laughing tears.
Yeah, we'll be watching, of course, big game, then Cortez after that. So looking forward to the 4 next weeks of the season and all of that. So we'll see you next week, Wednesdays at 9:00.
Yes, sir. I can't wait to go back, and I got to rewind a little bit and listen to you talk about some umpires. That was intense. I'm going to go back to that here in a minute.
Dale, for a guy that acts like umpires never mess up.
I've never criticized a ref, Mike.
See,
you know that.
Me nuts.
Oh, yeah, right, dude. Geez, you're the one that got me. Didn't I get kicked out for you or something stupid?
Yeah, you did. Dumb. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, just and I don't sound like that guy, and it comes from much higher, so it's coming down instead of straight, and they thought it was me. But anyways, so.
Yeah, go back and watch it. It's just crybaby umpires are going to be double checked by a computer, and I can't wait to watch the 12-year-old attitude of an umpire when he gets checked multiple times during a game. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
I will say this, and I know I'm done, but MLB umpires do seem like they're way worse than NFL umpires. I would say that. I feel like they do want it about themselves. Those umpires, I feel like they've had everything taken away from them, so they still battle for more. They're trying to be more important because they're almost gone. They're almost obsolete in ways.
Just about.
They have 2 spots on the committee, and both umpire spots voted no on this. Yeah, because they're like, nobody better double check us. Well, it's coming, buddies.
Yeah,
so. It's all based off of the Blue Jays Springer. You didn't see that yesterday. Blue Jays Springer just rung up because he showed up an umpire at third and made the wrong call, and then the umpire called him out because he was like, "You're not going to show us up." And it was just
all right.
Stupid.
He's going back in.
Stupid.
I gotta go.
He's got to go golf.
Yeah.
You got to go get your team ready for tomorrow night or Friday night.
Yeah.
See you, Mike. See you next week.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Bye. For everybody else, Dale's taking off and playing golf. I'll get you going through here with the NFL. Kyler said something yesterday.
Oh, I didn't get to hear it.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. I don't need to hear your excuses on Kyler Murray. No, and then, of course, the injury reports and more. So come on back. It's the main event.